Good evening and welcome to Dark Encounters. Welcome to another live lockdown. I am here in the Bursledon Brickworks. I've got some company this time because last time I was on my own. And I thought this is such an enormous space that we have the luxury of spacing ourselves out and enjoying the fact that we've got plenty of people around us. So if anyone has ever been to the Bursledon Brickworks before, you know it's a very large industrial site. It's a place where in the height of Victorian times, they were producing 1 million bricks a year. Bricks for places such as the Royal Albert Hall, the red brick, the funky reds, if anyone knows their bricks. Lovely example of bricks behind me. I have to pick which side to pick. And now the very impressive steam room and pump room and engine room shows the industrial aspects of this environment. But we have multiple cameras set up as usual, the flexibility of moving these cameras around. But this time I thought I would get some company. It's been a long time since I've got the team together. And so I have done just that. So I have got at least 6 cameras going. I have got more lined up, but they are currently not operating. So I'm just going to show you the 6, and you can see where I've got some teams of people up socially isolating at least 2 meters apart in their environments, because these spaces are so enormous that we can be completely separated within the site itself. So let's go over to Alan and Kyle, because I have put them outside in the kiln. Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, we can hear you.
Excellent, good. I'll switch your microphones on. So you are outside in a rather decoratively attractive light settings of one of the kilns outside, which was particularly active last time. So I'm going to get you to do some experiments in there. I'm going to get you to do some calling out and some EVP experiments, because last time we were here, we had some very interesting voice phenomena occurring. Some voices were heard in that space. When I went in there, it was a particularly unfortunate environment. It really felt easy. So it'd be interesting to see what you pick up in that space. So I'm going to leave you guys to it. Let's go over to Lauren and Dan. So, hello.
Hello.
Now you're reliably telling me that you two are actually 2 meters apart. Perspective showing, making it look like you're closer. Now, can you describe where you are?
Where are we, Dan?
Where are we right now? We're in one of the exhibition rooms at the moment. Just getting a feel for the place.
You are indeed. So what we've got is we've got you looking as if you're on an interview, on the spotlight. And the reason being is we have put you, because you're going to do some voice box experimentation. And so that's why we got you there, because there's a table in front with the device on. But later on, you're going to be moving around that room so that we can see the very large space that you're in. So rather penned in at the moment, but we will have a look at that later. So if you guys start doing some experimentation, and then I will come back to you. Let's go over to the boiler room. Because I have in there a lovely Abby Tracy, social distance in almost an outdoor space, beautifully blue lit at the moment. I'm sure it's going to be very dark in I can hear another voice box going off. So again, if you do some experimentations, I'll let you alone in peace. I might pop back and have a little listen to what you're doing, but you carry on experimenting, and then we'll see what happens to you later. I've just realised it was Lauren and Dan that I had on there. So hopefully you can hear me okay, Lauren, Tracy and Abby.
I can hear you now.
Excellent, yes. I had the noise coming through from Lauren and Dan. They just started a voice box. So I'm going to let you settle into space. Obviously, it's currently midsummer, and it's just the lightest night of the year. So at the moment, it's still quite bright out, but we're starting to get heading towards twilight. And then I'll come back to you as it gets a little bit darker.
Yeah, no worries. See you soon.
Let's go over to Steve and Sam. Now, you are in one of the engine rooms. So what, I can just about see Steve coming into the shot. So what have you got planned in your space?
So we've got a few trigger objects set up around the room. We've got a few objects, different devices set up that we can try and get some sort of reaction from. And we're just going to do some calling out and see if we can get any responses.
Excellent. Right, I'll leave you guys to it. Obviously, it's a bit bright at the moment, but we will be going darker and darker. And then I shall come back to you. Now, we do have some other cameras set up. There is, for example, a camera set into the penny arcade. There is no one in the penny arcade. I could go in there if you wanted me to. There is a trigger object set on the table. There's a bell jar put over the top to make sure no one can accidentally touch it, so we can go and look at that later. And I do have another camera. I have a camera upstairs, currently looking in what looks like a very well-lit room, but that will get darker towards the end of the evening. And again, I can put cameras and we can move that camera around. We can do some experiments up there. We can get some people up there. So it's really what you would like me to do in this enormous space. If anyone wants to know anything about the history of this enormous building, this structure, do let me know. I can obviously move the camera around. I can have a little wander around, whatever you need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the cameras onto the penny arcade. It is a bit bright at the moment, but I'm going to set it up there and let you watch that for a moment while we wait, see what the guys are getting in their experimentations, and while we settle in and start waiting for darkness. So, still waiting for Twilight. What I'm going to do, we're going to go over to Lauren and Dan and see what they're picking up. So, I know you've been using the ghost box at the moment. So, have you picked up anything so far? I think you probably got the darkest part of the entire building because you're completely enclosed. There are no windows whatsoever.
Yeah, that's right. At the moment, we think we've had a female with some names, Rachel and Tammy.
Yeah.
And I think we may have heard of hello, but we did hear, well, I heard some rolling noises upstairs, but I don't believe there's anyone upstairs at the moment.
Well, no, that is interesting because what I can do is I can very quickly add to the stream and show you that right this moment upstairs above where you are, I've got a camera running and you can see there is no one on that camera. So yes, there is no one above you. So that's interesting what you heard. One of the phenomena we get it is this idea of footsteps on that area. That's why I've got the camera running upstairs. It's also recording, so we can always go back and play. Did you just see his?
We did just hear a noise in the room with us, so we kind of just responded to that just then.
Typical. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut up and we're just going to listen to you for a few minutes.
Yeah, no worries.
Another noise.
Spirits, is that you we can hear in the room with us? Who's here with us? Give us another name. You come through any clearer for us? Is Rachel still here, or Tammy? Come on, guys, don't go all shy and quiet on us now. There's plenty of people watching, and that might be a bit freaky, but they're all they're all looking forward to hearing you come through and tell us something about yourself. Anybody at all connected to Bursledon Brickworks? Did you work here? Did you have family here?
Perhaps you lived in one of the cottages nearby.
Is there anybody who isn't connected to the building? Maybe you want to come through and talk to us instead. You can do that if you like.
I suppose now when you look around this place, it looks a lot different from when you worked here. How do you feel about the changes?
Do you like seeing people that are still interested in the building? Maybe you have some happy memories here. Come on, spirits, come through. Use our energy and try and speak as loud as you can. is an opportunity to tell us whatever you like. Just come through and use this little device. So I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but it does sound like we're getting some voices through, but they're very faint and it's very difficult to actually make anything out at the moment.
So Louise is suggesting, could you ask whether it's a relative of someone who works there?
Sorry, say again, Jonathan.
Louise was suggesting, could you ask, were they a relative of someone who works there?
Ah, okay, brilliant. Yeah, of course. Do we have any relatives of people who worked here at Bursledon Brickworks?
It's like a little voice.
Yeah.
It's quite faint.
Did your father work here? Or your grandfather? Or an uncle?
Uncle. It sounded like uncle.
That did sound a bit like.
It did sound like uncle.
We'll try that again. So we think we may have heard you, but just to confirm that, can you tell us again which part of your family worked here at Bursledon Brickworks? We think we heard you say uncle. Could you please say it again?
Please don't be shy. Don't be scared of this device. We just want to know more about you. We just want to find out who you are.
Is it? Who's called?
There's no one upstairs. We just heard a bang upstairs. I'm not sure if someone might have gone up there.
Did you make that bang, Spirit? All the while my hand was covered, then it sounded like I was talking. Spirit, did you make that bang?
So what we're going to do is we are going to go to the boiler room, which is roughly in the vicinity of where Lauren and Dan were, and see whether, in fact, Abby and Tracy could hear. Louise, did you hear any banging just now? Are you picking up?
Hello, we can't hear you. What was that, sorry?
Did you have any noises or any activity happening just now?
We have quite a bit of noise. Yeah, we have. Yeah. Is there anybody above us upstairs?
No, there is no one above you.
Okay, so we're hearing footsteps, a lot of footsteps upstairs.
That's interesting. So
Yeah.
in fact, what I can do is show everyone the camera, which is currently upstairs. Now that wall overlooks the boiler room where Abby and Tracy are. So in fact, you can see that there is no one upstairs because the camera is showing you right now. Went up there.
Wow.
So you have the second darkest space so far. How is it? How are you feeling?
Feeling good, actually. We have we're doing a spirit box here. We've had quite a few things coming through. We've had somebody called Sam, And said he's inhuman, which is quite interesting.
We had a female voice as well, didn't we, come through?
Yeah.
And we had some taps in here, and we asked, was it them? And they said gone. So I don't know. They said there was more than one of them.
No, there's two of them.
Two of them.
And I said, is that two of you or two of us? And they said two of us. So that was, yeah.
And then we just had a very strange voice come through just before you came on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite bizarre.
Yeah, very odd. You don't know what it said. Yeah. So some taps and bangs from
But the footsteps are quite interesting. Footsteps upstairs. So, like
So I mean, that is interesting because, as I said, there is no upstairs for you because it is an external part of the building. On to the left of the picture and to the back of the picture, it's all external. So yeah, there is no one that could be having any footsteps around you. So that is interesting.
wow.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to look at the upstairs area, which adjoins but doesn't go over the area we're on, and we're going to see if we can hear any of the footsteps that you're currently hearing. So there is an alarm on a door upstairs. To the picture of upstairs, to the left of that picture, there is an alarm on the door that goes off. We tried deactivating it, we can't. It's just the way it is. So what we're going to do is we are going to go over to Alan and Kyle and find out what's going on in the kiln outside. So guys, what's been happening?
So far, we've had the K2 going off. We've tried some EVP. Alan, do you think we picked something up on it?
There was some kind of shuffling or some kind of clicking sound, but we noticed when the K2 is still going off now. When it's going off, we went and got Kyle's, and we placed Kyle's next to it, and it's only the one going off. But when we approach it, it stops. It doesn't matter who approaches it, whether it's me or Kyle, it will stop. And then the minute we back off from it, it starts again. Like I say, we've had clicks on the EVP, so we're going to place the EVP by the K2 in a minute and just leave it and see if we pick up any voices. We'll ask if there's any voices. But it's getting mighty cold here, just behind me. The temperature's dropping. There's a cold draft. It might be coming from the gap in the wall back there, or it might be coming from the front. So we're going to see what happens on that. But yeah, the temperature's dropping outside at the minute. So
we've tried the spirit box as well, but we haven't really had anything on that.
So Jill's just asking, how are they feeling in the kiln as you were nauseous last time? So it's interesting, where you were indicating it was cold, that's where I felt it was really cold as well. But how are you feeling in that space?
okay at the minute. Obviously it might get more oppressive when it gets darker, but yeah, I'm fine at the minute.
Yeah, no, I'm okay at the moment.
Okay, right. What we're going to do is we're going we're going to go over to the Penny Arcade and watch that because that's a little bit darker now. So let me know how you get on, and I'll be coming back to you a little bit later.
Okay.
So let's go over to Steve and Sam and see what they are getting in their space. So Steve and Sam, oh, it's getting quite dark now where you are. What I can barely see you actually. I can think I just saw Steve moving. And I think Sam's on the right-hand side of the picture. Oh, there we go. Yes, brilliant. So hopefully you can hear me. What have you picked up so far?
Yeah, I can hear you. There you go. Is that better? So yeah,
That's better. Yes.
We've put some trigger objects out. As of yet, we haven't seen any movement on our trigger objects. We have heard a few knocks and bangs. We asked for them to be replicated. As of yet, that hasn't happened, but we're sticking with it. What was quite curious, before we began the investigation, when we were setting up the cameras and testing the equipment, we've just recently put a brand new battery in the EMF meter, and literally 2 to 3 minutes into the investigation, the battery had completely died on the EMF meter. So we've had to replace that battery, which is pretty strange considering it was a brand new one maybe an hour ago. So that's quite strange. It seems to be holding out at the moment. It hasn't reacted to anything as of yet, but we're going to stick with it and see what we get.
Brilliant. I'll leave you to it. Carry on sitting in silence. And I'll come back to you in a few minutes' time. If there are any rooms you'd like us to go back to, do let me know. So this is Jonathan here at the Brickworks with a live lockdown investigation. I've got various team members stuck in certain areas and they're going to be there all night. But I do have roaming cameras so that I can roam around the rest of this enormous structure because it is enormous and there's plenty of spaces. We are now reaching past twilight and you can see that places like the Penny Arcade are now getting quite dark in that space. There's one light lighting that space. You can see where Steve and Sam that's quite a dark area now, and poor Abby and Tracy pretty much in darkness, just that one light shining in them. So if there's anything areas you want me to go to, if there's anything you'd like me to do let me know. I can feed it to the investigators or put you in if you want. I can dial you in and you can speak directly to the spirit here at the Brickworks. So anything you'd like me to do? Louise is saying, were there any children there? Yes, we have picked up spirit children here before. There have been some small children that were working here in the clay pits. Young boys were working in this area. So Maria's saying would be worth going to the upstairs room, so I can do that shortly. I'll go upstairs with the camera. And Sharon's saying at the beginning there was a small flashing light at the back of the Penny Arcade, which isn't there now. That's interesting. So I don't know what light that would be because nothing else has been changed in there. So I could go and have a little walk around and see what that is. So yeah, Maria, unfortunately, that alarm will be going off. I could move that camera out slightly, but that little beeping sound will be constant. So I can see that Lauren and Dan are definitely doing some dowsing at the moment in one of the corridors. And I can see that Alan and Kyle are moving around in that space. And Steve and Sam still sitting in the darkness. So Sharon's suggesting that in fact, in the Penny Arcade, it was just under the ceiling area. Do you mean quite central at the end of the corridor? I can go in and have a look. Bear with me a second. Sharon said, right at the back, you'll need to look up. Right, I'll go back in and have a look up, but I couldn't see anything. Interestingly, there was no movement on the trigger object. And it's surprisingly dark in there. It looks much brighter on the camera than it does in reality. It looked like it was further back beyond the white wall area. I can go and have an investigation while you carry on watching and listening in that space. So I'm popping into the boiler room to see what is happening.
Can you do that again, please? Sorry, Jonathan, we just had the REM pod just went off. We've had some words on the ovulets, and we've had some hits on the REM pod, but it's a bit hit and miss, isn't it? We thought we might have been talking to Sam, who we got on the spirit box, but then he went a bit quiet, didn't he? We didn't really find anything out about him, unfortunately. What other words have we had on the obvious list?
Priest.
Oh yeah, priest.
Priest, any relevant here at all, do you think?
Unless it was a surname.
Oh,
thought
I
of
didn't think of
that.
that. We had priest and grandfather.
Yeah.
So could we grant you to this grandfather, son was priest? And then we've got students. Now they have kids come here, don't they? Because it's a working place for children, which are students, because they're kind of schools. Good.
Oh, is that his
Have I got that right? Are we kind of, was your grandfather a surname priest? That was a cheer. Did you hear that was a cheer?
Yeah, that's so strange. So who are we talking to then? Tell us your name. Yeah. We've also had some bands and taps and things haven't we, here since you asked him.
Ick. Or sick? No. Okay, I thought I just saw somebody pop their head round the corner. No, so it could be probably like that.
Yeah.
Just really quickly, and it's not my shadow.
No, not mine.
Are you still here with us? You just said I was good, so I'm assuming I got everything sort of correct.
Whoa, what is that? That you? Are you back? You gonna talk to us?
Plant.
Oh.
Plant.
I'd say that this was like.
So it's a boiler room, but you can say it's a plant, isn't it? Vase arrives.
Oh.
Mad.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's getting colder in here. My hands are getting colder. And I've moved closer to you a little bit, I've noticed. Since we get staying on my mark. Yeah. So are you getting mad now? Are we annoying you now? If we're annoying you, you can just light the lights up and we will
Go away.
not annoy as much. What was that?
That was behind me.
That was behind you?
Yeah.
So we're now getting taps on there's a window behind Abby. And then we've now got taps on the window. Make sure there's nobody outside. Watch out for the steps.
No, no one outside. You're really close to me.
That was close actually. If you just tapped on the window, thank you. Really appreciate that.
Can you do it again?
Yeah. If you can do it again, or if you can light the lights up, that'd be great. I thought it swore then.
So did I.
Are you saying that we're mad for being here? Or are we making you mad because we're here?
Slave.
Slave? No. Just not going to go there. Don't you think that? Slave. Where would you go?
Did you work here? Did you work here? What is your connection to? Did it say work?
I thought it said work.
Yeah. Advanced.
That's a motorway.
tap behind me again so we know that that was you.
I think my voice just said it's me. Are you the female that we was talking to earlier?
Who are you? Give us your name, please. Rose, did you say? Rose.
Sure.
Leave us.
Just say leave us.
Yeah, I heard leave us.
Really? Oh, uncle.
I heard a tap over there.
That was that down there.
Yeah. There's someone down there. Come forward.
We have someone's uncle now.
Come forward. Come closer to us and light up our little box here. Okay?
Hit. Can you hit something? Can you?
I think you have been hitting something.
Yeah.
Tell us, do it again.
You let whistle.
Well, make yourself known.
Basement.
Say basement.
There's a basement here. Is there a basement here that nobody knows about? Anyone? It sounds like a radio interference. Hung.
I don't want you. You?
What's that flash behind you? It just flashed onto there.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was over there. Can you hear these taps that we're hearing?
No.
Oh,
But it is interesting you said uncle, because that is what Lauren and Dan got. They got uncle.
really?
Mm. So Louise was saying, could you ask if you like us being here?
Do you mind us being here? Do you like us being here and talking to you? Are you okay with us being here?
And Emma Barnes thinks it might be her cousin Matthew.
Oh,
Are we talking to Matthew? Matthew, is that?
flower.
So Emma, does flower mean anything to you?
And we've had plants and we've had vase as well come through.
I was speaking to Matthew. Do you know Emma? You've got a message for Emma?
The air. Matthew,
Did you hear?
did you hear that?
Wow.
Did you hear that?
Stuart is asking, is saying that down the side of the boiler, there seems to be a white shadow that keeps appearing.
Down here.
Yes.
Now that's where I said something pops in and out.
Tracy's.
I said something has put their head around, gone back. And we, whoa!
What was that?
Where was that? Oh, no, we heard that one.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh God,
Yes.
goosebumps.
Heidi is asking if you can copy, if they could whistle or knock.
Can you whistle?
Yeah. Can you copy me?
I have got goosebumps.
Well, can you do that big loud knock again for us?
I definitely heard the knock, right? That's amazing. Can you copy Abby if she whistles? Oh, no. Did you hear that whistle? That was really, really faint. That whistle. It's not over there as well. Can you train noise? Sort of weight to go across my head.
Do you know what? I thought I saw something earlier, but it might be birds or something.
No, there's like a weight. I don't know what it does. I don't know. Okay, can you copy Abby again? Tip. You can give a tip to the whistling. Maybe can you knock on something?
More than 2 meters.
More than 2 meters. We are social distancing.
That's what it sounded like. Even the spirits, though. 18 meters.
Come on, spirits, you're doing really, really well.
Amazing. Need some more of that banging. Loud.
So we had name Matthew earlier. Maybe Matthew, was it you whistling? Can you make the loud bang for us again, please? Or make the lights go up? That'd be amazing. I'll try whistling again.
Yeah.
Oh, drunk.
Nope. Are you drunk? We're not.
Not in the boiler room, you're not drunk.
Are you not? Can you whistle for us and copy me?
Where are you? I doubt you'll be able to hear us in the field.
So we are getting reports of Lauren and Dana hearing a male voice. So I'm going to go over to them now and see what they can pick up.
Okay. Index, come on, index.
Yeah. Hi. Hello, hello. Are we on, are we? Jonathan?
Yes, you are on. So what were you hearing?
Sorry, we
heard boot steps upstairs. So did anyone go upstairs?
Not that I know of, no.
That was very loud.
Yeah, they were really loud.
All the way across and all the way back again.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit going on actually. Lauren saw a figure peek out from behind one of the doors down the corridor.
Wasn't very pleasant. We've had some whistling as well, and Dan heard a rumbling noise, but he couldn't make out if it was here or upstairs. But he said it was quite close. But we've picked up on a Charlie on the rods, so we're just going to find out his second name now. So his name's beginning with F.
Yeah, has anybody got any? We have Charlie so far as a first name, so if anybody watching can think of any last names beginning with F.
What did we try? Foot, Franklin.
Are you still here with us, Spirit?
Yes.
Oh, by the way, if anybody's wondering, sometimes you might see a shadow from this one. We've got a third investigator with us. Oakley. Good boy.
So you are still here with us, Charlie? Yes. So we really want to know your second name to see if we can link you to anything. Any family members. I don't know, anything. Orbs.
Did you ask if he worked here? You did.
Yeah, first he said no, and then he said yes. So Charlie, did you work here? Yes.
Do you have any relatives that are alive today? Percent battery.
Did any of your family work here at the same time as you? No.
Jonathan, we're going to have to try and swap over the phones because even though this has been plugged up to a battery pack, for some reason it's completely just out of life now.
No problem. Interestingly, other people have had batteries going flat, so I'll leave you to it and I'll go over to Steve and Sam. So it's nice and dark where you are. Steve and Sam, how are you getting on?
Not much the same really. So we not really had much equipment we've set up. Platform for so we've been calling out a few little knocks and bangs. I think for the table. Yeah, the table. We've got a little table set up here that kids start sort of making knocking noises. So we put a platform on it. So we were just sort of discussing whether or not we can do EVP to see if we can get anything. We've also got a fully infrared night vision camera here, so we might actually turn the lights off for a little while and go infrared and see if we can see
Excellent. Right. What I'll do, I'm going to go upstairs and have a look at the camera, which is very dark now. I'll leave you guys to it. You can hear that beeping, which is very irritating, but you can see there is no footsteps up there. And you can see how dark it is.
Okay.
Emma, no, it doesn't appear that Matthew was there, unfortunately. So yeah, we will carry on investigating to see whether Fields, as a last name, might be applying to Charlie, and it was Charlie in fact a child, or we could even find whether Ford or Frost might be working in those spaces. So yes, you can see no one moving upstairs. Let's go to the Penny Arcade, which is nice and dark now, and I'll let you watch that for a little while. I am going to allow you to move around slightly. You can see here I am in the workshop all on my own. Sharon was asking about the light. And you can see how dark it is now. That's how dark it is. So if I move over towards the light, see a little bit brighter now. And we can see that there is no movement on the trigger objects. I don't see, there might be a little bit of movement, not much. And then for those who were here last night, you'll remember that. But yes, there's definitely no lights flashing here now. So what we're going to do is we are going to let you watch a different part. Try and eliminate the So if there's any areas you'd like us to go to, let me know. Comment and we can see your comments and pass you around. So this is a live investigation here at the Bursledon Brickworks. It is now dark and it is, all areas are as dark as you can imagine. We are going to go and have a look, see how everyone is getting on. Let's go and have a look at Alan and Kyle and see what is happening there in the kiln. So Alan and Kyle, what have you been getting there in the kiln?
Some very strange stuff. Can you still see us?
I can see you, yes.
We've just lost our camera. We can't see you.
Our camera's just stopped.
It's just gone.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's interesting because you're frozen, but we can hear you.
Okay.
Wow, okay, that's strange. We've got a black screen.
We've got a black screen. We've been getting some very strange stuff going. We've had a Oculus going. It's given us a barrage of names. And
Something came through that wasn't friendly.
yeah, very strange. Let me see if I can.
And it is interesting how we've had batteries going right across. Oh, there we go. You're live again.
Yeah, the tablet shows that down.
And we've had the temperature.
We've had temperature dropping. We're down to about 9 degrees at the moment.
It's still exactly in the corner here.
It's exactly where Carl stood. I went round the back to see if there was any draft coming through the hole over there. There wasn't. But we've had like near on 9 names, and the Oculus came out with the figure 9, but then said railway. So we asked if it was anybody that was killed on the railway tracks at the back. Then my Oculus said yes.
Heat again. There you go. Heat.
And the Oculus just got the word heat. But yeah, it seems a very cold spots. There's a barrage of people in here at the moment. So yeah, it's getting pretty active in here.
Yes.
Oh, what was that? Yes.
Yes. That was the Oculus correcting my grammar. I said yeah, and it's just told me yes.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird. So let me go over to, I can see people are moving their cameras. The boiler room's gone very dark, so I don't know what's happening there. Let me go over to Lauren and Dan. They're moving around at the moment. So Lauren and Dan, how are you getting on?
Not too bad. Making our way around the place, trying not to be too much of a wuss. After Lauren saw that figure, we've been a bit freaked out since. The dog's been a bit weird. Sorry, I'm getting some things picking up on K2 meter, so I don't know if anything's trying to talk to us or anybody. Sorry.
It does seem. It does seem that all groups are getting some very strange things. We're having power outages, devices failing, batteries going, and feeds cutting out as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I had a battery pack all charged up. Lauren's phone was, well, no, the phone we were using is quite low anyway. So yeah, we plugged it into that and it hasn't lasted long at all. I mean, I've been using it a week and it usually gives you a good charge or so. But yeah, that might.
Let's ask some questions.
Yeah. So we've got somebody here with us who's. Sorry, the dog's having a bit of a moment. You're right, Oakley.
What is it, mate?
Someone just whistled.
We did just hear some
No,
voices.
we just had like a. Sounds like a cliche ghost noise.
So Abby was asking, did anyone just whistle?
K2's going off.
No, we didn't.
See it all right.
Yeah.
Oh, strong.
Is someone trying to communicate with us?
See if you can take that little light all the way up to red for us.
Is that another whistle? That's good. So use our energy.
Nearly there. Go on, a little bit more of a push. All up to red. Just hang in there. Is that as much as you can do? Okay, now stop. Can you stop it now? Just go on down.
I know, it's really good.
Okay, amazing. Sorry, that was just in the background now.
So Lauren, Joanna was asking, did you get a last name for Charlie?
No, we didn't, unfortunately. We tried it. We couldn't really think of names beginning with F.
We've had suggestion of Field or Frost or Ford.
Okay, should we try them?
Yeah. So Charlie, are you still here with us? If you're still here, see if you can take it back up to yellow. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay, great. So that's great. If you just stop again. So just back away a second.
I think he's trying to say something.
No, the lights are nice and pretty. Okay, so we've had some suggestions as to what your last name might be. Okay, stop. That's good. So, could your last name be Fields? How about Ford? What's the other one? What's the other one, Jonathan?
Field, Ford or Frost.
Or Frost? How about Fost?
I think it flashed for Frost. I don't.
Is your name Charlie Frost? See if you can push it a little bit more. Charlie Frost, is that your name? So try and keep it up at yellow for us. Can you see that all right, Jonathan?
Yes.
Oh, good. Brilliant. Charlie Frost. Nice to meet you. So do you spend a lot of time here? Are you always here?
I wonder if he's the figure that we saw at the door.
Are you the figure that Lauren saw peeking round the door?
You did give me a bit of a startle, but we'd love to, if we could see you again, perhaps down the corridor again, that would be really good. Would you be able to show yourself again? Maybe you could show yourself to Dan. He'd love to see you.
Brilliant. you, Charlie. Did you mean to scare Lauren?
Thank you.
You were just curious. I mean, you sort of peeked around that door. Were you a bit frightened yourself or worried about who we were? Try and take us up to the middle light again if you can.
Amazing.
Okay, well, I think you might know now we're actually quite friendly. We're not here to hurt anyone or disrespect anyone. We are just here for a chat, and we do appreciate you talking to us. So thank you.
So, Charlie Frost, you worked here. Wonder what job he had. What do you think?
Oh, I guess making bricks. Sorry, Charlie, it just seems obvious, but did you make bricks here? Yeah. Was that perhaps a little bit of a silly question? Brilliant. Did you enjoy working here? Good memories.
No.
How long did you work here? Can we try and find out how long you worked here? So we start 5 years or less. 5 to 10 years. 10 to 15 years. 10 to 15, somewhere there.
It's a long time. You must have enjoyed it though to stay here so long.
So I've got a couple of questions from people watching this.
Okay.
So Lauren, Dan, you carry on, ignore me. I'm just going to explain to people. Who was asking? Someone was asking. Denise was asking how the equipment works. So the device they're using is called a K2 meter, and it's an EMF meter, and it picks up fluctuations in the electromagnetic field surrounding them. There is a suggestion that the EM field can be affected when spirit try to make contact. And by fluctuating the EM field, the devices change. So the theory is that what happens is that the changing field, the K2 indicates this change, and those lights change from original green up to an amber, amber, and then to red. And so fluctuation, the amount of fluctuation depends on the amount of energy change. And it's a way of what's called digital divination. So that we get a big response, we know we've got a very definitive yes, no response, considered to be a no. So that we can start asking questions, you can start getting responses, and so you can run through questions. And as you heard Dan going through the dates, he was running, is it from 100 years, is it from 50 years, 75 years? You run these questions, you get response, you don't get response, and eventually you start picking up a picture of who you're talking to. So hence the reason why you can have you can run through alphabets to try and get names. That's why they came up with an F, and then good public, I think it was Maria, might have pointed out a name. And it did seem to be in Charlie Frost. So that's what's happening. We have also got Emma, who keeps posting about her cousin Matthew. So I think the suggestion that people are making in the group is that on the comments that you might want to go and find a spiritualist church if you want to try and make contact with Matthew, your cousin, whoever he is. It suggests that you might think that he's had a sudden bereavement, trying to understand why he might be at the Brickworks. Unless he's connected to the Brickworks, there'd be no reason why he'd be here. So you might want to go and find a spiritualist church who might be able to help you making contact with Matthew. So I'm going to go over to, I'm going to leave Lauren and Dan, and we are going to go over to Steve and Sam because they have some experiments running with night vision cameras. Now, Steve and Sam, you have muted your camera.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, there you go. We can hear you. So what have you got going? It's like you've got a night vision camera going.
Yeah, so we've got a night vision camera. We've turned all the lights off. Bar one to keep behind me on a trigger object, which is some marbles and glass. So we're just carrying on the calling out really, trying to get a response. We've had a few knocks and bangs, which is keeping us interested enough to keep this going, but not really anything concrete in terms of evidence. So we're just waiting. We're trying to get the repeated knocks, the repeated bangs, the on-demand stuff. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So spirits in the machine room. If there aren't any spirits here that want to communicate with us at all, now is the time to do so. We think we may have heard you earlier with some knocks and some bangs. Don't be shy. We mean you no disrespect. We no harm. Come forward. Come and talk to us. Use our energy. What's that? There's a strange sort of high pitch in the spirit. If that was you, could you make that noise again?
Almost sounded as though like a chain being rattled or something, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you picked that up on camera.
Spirit, if that was you that made that sound, thank you so much. Could you please do it again?
I want to move the cat ball.
Spirit, use our energy. We sleep here. We've got plenty of energy for you to draw on.
The EMF meter is over there by the glass with the marbles in it. If you could make the EMF change color, that would be fantastic. Have a night vision camera set up. Maybe you could show yourself. Maybe you could walk behind Sam so that we could see the shadow cast against the wall. I heard, yeah, it's really weird. I wouldn't say it was like a footstep, but it was definitely. Spirit, if that was you, could you please do that again? Yeah, and there it was. Just over there in the corner by the machine.
Spirit, are you playing games with us? Come and talk to us. You're too shy, just make one sound from wherever you are. Just to let us know that you're here. Perhaps you could show yourself in light form. We've got a night vision camera. We may well be able to pick up any light anomalies that you decide to throw at us.
So guys, I'm going to move on to the boiler room. We're having a problem focusing the camera. It's a little bit too close to the night vision. So we're going to go over to the boiler room. And so Tracy, how are you getting on?
So, to follow along with everybody else's theme, our equipment's gone dead. The batteries have been drained. Do you hear that? Again. Sorry. So we're hearing taps that the REM pod has been completely drained of battery. My laser pen, which I put new batteries in tonight, has been completely drained. So we're going to resort now to a cat ball, and we're going to blast with a marble to see if we can just try and get something going there.
We did hear a really loud, clear whistle in response to our whistling earlier. That's why I asked on the walkie-talkie if any of the groups were whistling, just to check if it had travelled, but they weren't.
And it's a really clear, loud whistle, really amazing.
Yeah.
And we've had something like it's being dragged along the floor. But it's whatever's here came off my equipment at the moment, so we're going to go back to basics, I think. I'm going to try some dowsing, yeah? So either dowsing for the question?
Yeah. Okay. If there's anyone here who wants to talk with us, you use the rods. Let us know your yes answer. Show us your yes answer on the rod. Okay. Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay. Spirit, can you show us your no answer?
Even wait,
Yeah,
you to answer that one.
So that's your no answer then. Thank you. Okay.
Choose find it by standing.
What do you want me to?
Find it by standing.
All right. Can you use the rod to show us where you're standing, please? Point the rod to where you're standing, please. Where are you?
Wonderful. Are you?
Behind? No, so you're somewhere along here. Fantastic, thank you.
I keep looking down now, I keep seeing something popping in and out. I don't know. If anybody can see anything down the bottom, let me know, because it feels like something keeps going like this.
Okay, Spirit, are we talking to a male? Yes or no? Yeah, brilliant. So we're talking to a male. Hello, thank you. Age? Spirit, oh.
Don't like that question.
Okay, is that rude? Okay, we won't ask you your age then just yet.
It's usually look that sensitive.
Yeah. Spirit, did you work here? You work at the Brickworks? Not sure about that one.
Not sure about that
answer. Did you know someone that worked here? No. No. Okay. So did you come? Did you come here with one of the team who's here tonight? Are you connected to someone in the group? No? Are you connected to someone who's watching tonight? Yeah.
I've had no Matthew,
We have
Emma
no
says
Matthew,
I've
yeah.
got a Matthew. So find out.
Yes, I didn't even ask it, I just thought it.
ask a question out where see what works.
Yeah. Spirit, are we talking to Matthew? It's Matthew.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Matthew. Thank you for coming to talk to us. So, Matthew, are you the Matthew that Emma mentioned earlier? Are you related to Emma who's watching tonight? Yeah. Okay, Emma, if you're still watching, can you maybe think of any questions that might be relevant that we can ask Matthew? Matthew, did you want to speak to Emma? Matthew, is it you? We heard a whistle earlier.
Oh, it's being dragged.
I'm being dragged again. Matthew, is that you making that noise?
I certainly hope not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently it is.
Well, if it was the Matthew that Emma was referring to, he's still alive in Southampton.
Oh. Okay. Matthew.
So Matthew and I, you don't know Emma, do you?
No. Do you know? What was that?
Did anybody hear that hiss?
No, what was it?
A hiss. Did you hear that?
What happened?
I don't know. I've dropped the radio. I'm not going down there.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. You've actually scared me, and that was amazing.
So
Oh, we
what
have no
actually happened?
questions. Oh my gosh. I don't know, but so I need to look what my nose on. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna oh, that made a jump. No. Oh. Oh. Oh.
What did you hear?
I don't know.
A massive.
Did you hear that? Sorry guys, did you hear that?
We sort of heard something. We mainly saw your reaction.
Yeah, that's the first time in Target Counts that has happened, and that was amazing.
And before it, we
Oh my god, I got goosebumps.
I heard that hiss before it.
Yeah, we actually, yes, we heard this. And then that loud bang. That is amazing. That was class. That's brilliant. That was so exciting. You actually scared me. Thank you.
Was it Matthew
Right.
then? The Matthew that we're talking to? Was it you?
Can you do that again, please? Just to gauge my reaction. That was amazing. It sounded like something was thrown or dropped or it was huge. Did these cameras, did they record Jonathan?
Yes.
So we would have got that on camera.
That was amazing.
That actually made me
I'm a
jump.
bit speechless.
Yeah, that's whoever that was, that was
I'm shaking.
that was absolutely amazing. If you could do that again, that would be great.
Right. Well, we'll keep on listening to you, and I shall head down there.
Yeah, I don't have a torch. I can't go down and see what's going on.
Oh
Do you
shit.
want to come with me? I've got this.
Okay.
We have this.
We're gonna go see if we can see what was thrown or dropped.
Yeah, we're going to see what we can find out what it was. In the meantime, if you want to touch the marble,
Yeah.
go ahead. We're going to hit the marble, not the cast over.
God, imagine if it did while we were down here.
You'll give us the door, that's fine. Okay, you can still hear us, we're walking there. The door's wide open.
That wasn't open before. That was. It was something here.
Should we go a bit further?
Yeah.
If you're here, can you do that noise again, please? I know it said 2 meters out, but that's just ridiculous to get back here.
What was it? Something was dropped or thrown. Could have been this like this wood like glue. Okay.
That was amazing. That's great for me. That's a video on my own. If you can do that again, that'd be great. If there's chair room, that'd be amazing. Please do that again. If I go forward.
It's on then.
Huh?
Done.
Okay. So we've just been down towards the end. We can't see anything move. Oh gosh.
I'm shaking.
My first time ever in Dark Encounters. That's happened. That's amazing. Oh, goosebumps. The spirit, please, you can do that again.
I'm going to head down.
We can't see anything falling over. We can't see anything.
Yes, we do.
What was that? What's that?
I have no idea.
I think you're there. Are we still alive? Can you hear this?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, something like it got thrown. And Jonathan's down that end. Spirits, thank you so much. That is amazing. Can you please do it again?
I do know.
I'm so excited. Can you throw something else? Can you drop something?
That's Jonathan's light. You can see at the bottom there. Anything?
I can't see anything.
What are you throwing, Spirit?
Can you do it again, just so we can just make sure it's definitely you?
Third time's a charm and all that.
Spirit, please, that's absolutely amazing. Can you do it one more time? Just one more time, and then we'll stop asking you to make noises, honestly.
Are you, Jonathan?
Do it just one more time, just so we can hear it again, so we can hear what you've thrown, what you've dropped, what you've knocked over. And then we will stop asking you. Look like something's coming down the top there.
I put a I set a camera, night vision camera down, so if it comes in the back door, we'll see.
Excellent. But you couldn't see what that is?
No, couldn't see what was possibly moving down there.
I would high five you, but we can't. I wish I could. So that's absolutely amazing. If you could just do one more thing for us, just one more. Oh, thanks. I didn't think I talked about this one.
Everything's draining.
Yeah.
Go back to hub.
Good, there's now a torch on the end. Can you turn it off? Can we turn the camera so it goes onto the torch? I've got light here. That should go onto the torch.
I need to get quite close.
Oh, I suppose you can go.
Oh,
Can you see it?
Just.
Everything's gone off now.
It's alright, sorry.
Spirit, can you move the torch? Or make another loud bang for us, please?
Did you hear that?
2 small taps. Come on, Spirit, smells like you're getting your energy up. Can you do it once more for us?
Oh no.
The light's gone. No, don't do that to the light. Do not believe me in the dark, I'm telling you. Come on, Spirit, one more loud noise.
Don't know if you heard it on the feed, but we heard 2 taps just before. Spirit, move the marble.
My gosh, yeah, move the marble in the glass. That'd be amazing. You've done so well tonight. It's been brilliant.
Who did those bangs? Was it Matthew, whoever Matthew is that we were talking to?
And we had Sam earlier on as well. Didn't
Oh
we?
yeah, or was it Sam?
And Sam said it wasn't human. Sam did say
Thanks
it's
for
human.
reminding me of that, Tracy.
Sorry. Just think about that hiss that we heard, the loud bang.
Yeah.
So Spirit, I've got goosebumps again.
Oh.
Spirit, can you make that noise once more time? Once more time? One more time? Come on, do it again. Or can't you do it again?
Surely you got a lot of energy from our screaming.
Sorry. I don't normally scream.
Well, actually, I say really that yes, I do. I'm a bit of a screamer, unfortunately.
Can you do that again?
So what I have done is I have put a night vision camera at the end of that dark corridor. I was trying to get signal from down there, but unfortunately Wi-Fi or 4G wouldn't get a signal because it's quite remote. But we've got the night vision camera running, body cam. So if anything happens there later on, from this point on, we'll capture it on the camera in night vision and in sound.
I really hope guys at home didn't hear them noises because that was amazing.
So I mean, I was down at the end of that very dark corridor when that second bang I heard, and it was quite high up as well. And I didn't know whether I couldn't see any. There was no flutter, so it wasn't like a bird or something. But it was a definitive knock. It was more than a knock.
Yeah, it's almost like something's been thrown. So for the first one, we heard a hiss.
Yeah.
And then it was just that amazing loud, like something's been thrown or rocked.
It was more than one sound. It like repeated.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Several noises.
And then after the second time was when you were down here. But that's amazing.
Come on, Spirit, do it.
That is amazing. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to the Penny Arcade. I'll leave you to it because very often you know what it's like when the cameras are running, nothing happens.
Yeah, I know.
We'll leave you to it, and I'll come back to you if anything else happens.
Thank you.
So over to the Penny Arcade, which you can see is very dark now. Keep an eye, see if that flashing light reappears at the back. And then in the meantime, I'm going to go over to the kiln and see if anything has happened to Alan and Kyle.
Clear woman laugh.
That was it.
And then we've had
Guys,
bang
how's it
out.
going in the kiln?
It's really changed down here now.
Yeah.
Like really changed. We've had some noise coming from outside, which we're not too sure of. And then we've had, well, we're sure it was a woman that laughed and was standing behind both of us. And then you've just had a noise just now as well.
Yeah. We'll just have moans and that. The interesting thing, going back to the women, is the word coven came out on the obulus.
Okay.
And then a couple of words later, the word witches. So we've got the pendulums out. We've got one dangling here, just in case. I don't know if you can see it. but we've used them ourselves. Now we've got, allegedly, we've got some witches here with us. One of them's called Imelda. She's not very happy with us, doesn't want us here. And yeah, it's getting very, very intense in here. The atmosphere is changing a lot. Everything's feeling more oppressive.
The temperature's really changed, and we're getting some. Well, you've had your hair.
Yeah, I've had the hair stand up on my arms when I've mentioned the W word. But it's a bit strange. We don't know if there's any history of that here at all or not.
So have you got a ghost box running at the moment that's got a very strange voice?
Yes.
Okay, good, because there was a very odd noise coming across.
A second. There we go. That's off now. There was a tap then, back over there. It all seems to be centering round where Kyle stood and back towards the blue light and through to the other kiln over there.
Oh, I'm getting some
so loud.
I'm getting some activity on the, I'm not quite sure which camera to go to, but I think it sounds as if let me go over to the boiler room. So in the boiler room, have you just heard more noises?
No way.
What did I just say?
Oh,
that's all.
God, it's all kicking off.
Say right.
Yeah.
Prince. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Right, sort of tutors.
Seems to be kicking off with everyone, because it was Lauren and Dan who heard a noise outside their room.
Yes.
It seems as if the boiler room.
It was on our door. There
was a bang on your door.
It knocked on our door. We were doing an EVP down by where we heard the first noise, and it literally knocked on our door. That Lauren and Dan heard it.
Your door is not about what? Well, it's just the corridor along, isn't it? The corridor, so we heard that really loud.
It was on. There was someone knocking on the boiler room door.
Spirit, can you do that again, please? Just one more time. Can we turn this camera? I don't know if we can. It'd be probably too dark. Spirit, if that was you, can you knock the door again? Can you open the door? Why is it always closing? Come on, Spirit, one more time. Oh, I just said that, didn't I? Spirit, can you knock once more, please? I wonder if I've got that on tape. What? Turn it wakeful above my head.
You've got a headache?
No, not yet. No.
I've just suddenly got a banging headache. Like pressure on my head.
Come on, Spirit, can you do that again? Footstep. Come on, make us scream one more time. Let's move it.
That's Spade been there the whole time.
Yes.
Oh, right, okay.
That door's opened.
No, it was open before.
Not that, was it open like that? I thought we, yeah, well, when Jonathan comes through it, yeah. Okay, excellent. I'm trying to keep the camera off it so it might do smells. There's actually, there's a cat ball on the floor still, if you can move that.
Spirit.
Good luck finding it.
Another 15 minutes, and then we're going to have to sign off. So if there's anywhere else you would like us to go, make your comments and we'll move there for the next 15 minutes. In the meantime, I'll be back to the boiler room.
The door moves.
The door was opened a little bit, you can see.
Area.
What was...
What did Lauren say?
It was the boys.
So it sounds as if all groups heard that noise.
Thank you, Spirit, that was you. Can you open it fully? Push it all the way open.
Did I have the camera on it when it moved, when it creaked open?
I think so, yeah. I'm shaking.
So am I.
And my head's pounding. Have you got like a pressure on your head?
No, but I saw this black.
What
black
was
cross.
that? Did you see that?
Did you see something black?
Yes.
Yes.
What's going on, Tracy?
I don't know. Did anybody see anything?
Oh, it's a moth. It's all right. That's a moth.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't see that. That wasn't what I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's. Oh, okie dokie.
Oh, yes, there's one back by the door. Look, there it is. This isn't Spidergate.
Yeah, it's Mothgate.
Do we think that perhaps this is a moth throwing itself against the door?
It's not
This
that
moth
big.
is on steroids. Come on, Spirit, can you just do one last thing for us? We know it's alive, so I'm going to keep on. But...
Yeah, we will. It's opened a bit more.
Can you knock the door again? Or can you push the door open fully?
Guys, I don't know if you heard that on the walkie-talkie, but there was a report of something like someone had knocked the pipes.
I had something tinny, but I thought I sounded like a loud. Like a...
Oh, there you go. Lauren might be owning up to that one.
Yeah, I had like a tinny.
Lauren, do you want to just torch up and put it back on there? Yeah, that's it.
Come on, Spirit, one more thing.
Back and take it.
I don't think I can either.
Oh, God. There's another one right above my head.
And interestingly, the camera that was upstairs has just switched itself off.
Oh. Come on, Spirit.
Come on, one more
Push
noise.
the door open for us. We need to get this. Come on. Push the door open for us. Bang on the door again.
Can you bang on the window? Can we actually see the window? Don't know if that can... You throw something like you did earlier. Knock the spade over. Feels very quiet now.
Jonathan.
So I just had a message from Kyle in Kill. Guys, what's been happening to you?
Yeah, I just went to pop out, and I said, Carl, put the EVP machine just on the tailway next to the ghost box. I said, I'm just popping out, and then there was just this
horrible woman sound, and we've actually caught it on the EVP.
She just goes, yes,
and it's clear as day.
Can you play it?
Very scary.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Hang on, we've gone past it. We need to go back. You got it on your.
I got it.
You left it.
I've got it on
there.
the voice recorder on here, so. I'll get as close to the camera as possible. Did you hear that?
Yes, indeed.
It's very, very scary.
And that's not the only thing like we've had. We've had like the same sort of voice that's laughed over in this corner.
It's always there. Exactly in that same spot, just behind the chair.
It's interesting because last time we were here, I felt a lot of pressure in that room. And as I left the area and the cameras were left running there, we did hear these sort of really strange, slightly demonic kind of voices appearing. So maybe that's what you've got. Maybe,
that's exactly.
Maybe it's the switch.
We think so, because I mean the laughing that we've heard and now this yes is it's not very friendly, and you know the pressure down here at the moment it's really changed.
It actually feels like this whole building is going to cave in on us. It's that oppressive. So what we might do is put an EVP down, step outside for a couple of minutes, and see if anything happens whilst
to be honest,
we're not here.
Yeah, if you set that up, I'm going to go back to the boiler room and see what's happened to them, because they're having quite an exciting night. And I'll come back and I'll listen into the room while you're not in there.
Okay.
Okay, no worries.
And over to the boiler room. Has anything happened since?
No, but we did catch that knock on the door on EVP.
Oh,
so you can clearly hear it. Bang! Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Do you want to play it?
See if I can. I can't see. Don't play.
In the boiler room, just had a major bang, 2 major bangs. It sounds like it's wooden. So Spirit, that was you. That was amazing. Thank you so much. If you could make that noise again, that would be great. This device in my hand can pick up your voice. If you have a message for us. Can you tell us your name? Do you mind us being here?
I can't remember how far down it was.
Do you want us to leave? What?
We can certainly hear that.
Brilliant. I'm so pleased.
Right, I'm going to leave you alone because it's always when the camera isn't going that something will happen. And we're going to go and listen in on the kiln and
The door's
listen
open.
and see whether anything is going to happen in the kiln while we're not in there.
Have you ever heard anything like that before? You didn't know I recorded it, did you? No.
Right, what we are going to do in the last 5 minutes of this show is go and catch up with everyone. So let's go and see Lauren and Dan. Oh, it's very dark. Where are you at the moment, guys?
We are still in the exhibition display room. We've set up some dominoes and we've got K2 and we've got the little night vision camera that's filming everything. But we earlier when we were talking to Charlie Frost, we asked if we could eventually hear his voice, and he said yes through the spirit box. We were going to do a spirit box session, and then just before we turned it on, we actually heard a male's voice in the room with us.
Oh, brilliant.
And then through the K2, he confirmed that it was him. So that was pretty cool. But all the noises that everybody's been hearing, we've been hearing as well, pretty loud. But yeah, it's going really well.
Well, I think
Excellent.
If we leave these dominoes sat there, we're going to go back into the corridor because as we were talking to him, he suggested.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
The spirit box. We're going to go do that.
Let's go do that now.
Okay, brilliant. I'm going to go over to the kiln and find out because I think something's happened there. Alan and Kyle, what's happened?
Well, we set the EVPs going, like I said, we would popped outside. We've literally just come back in. Mine was still recording.
And mine stopped.
Carl's have stopped.
Oh,
Just
okay.
completely stopped recording.
But what seems to be weird in here is it seems to be more active when I'm on my own and Alan's leaving.
Right. So
Yeah,
it's definitely one space environment.
Yeah.
That would be very interesting to listen back to that we'll maybe get that sound file of that witch's cackle or that yes, and then see what we get from it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Excellent. Right, let's go over to the boiler room. Right, you've had a very eventful night. What is happening now in terms of that door?
That door is opening in its own. It's
See how much it's open since you were last with us.
Can you see that?
See that?
It's opened up quite a bit on its own, and it's doing the slow creaking noise.
So what we're able to do is, I think Steve and Sam have got their camera now pointing at that door, and you are then at the side of that door. So in fact, we can prove that no one's touching that door if anyone's going to be touching it. If that opens, we're going to catch it on camera with just multiple camera angles.
Yeah, Steve. I think Steve just said that.
Yeah.
He saw it open, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Is that what he said in the
They said
radio?
there was definitely nobody there.
Definitely nobody here. So come on, Spirit. One last thing.
One last push on the door for us. Please.
We don't want to push the door. Make another loud bang, and then we will leave you in peace.
Whistle again.
Did somebody else just whistle? Ask on the radio.
Did anyone just whistle?
I didn't hear a whistle.
I heard a whistle. Did you? You did.
Yeah, I had a whistle. I just want to make sure it wasn't Steve or that.
Right, Spirit, can you do that again for us?
I did whistle and I heard a couple of whistles, but the whistles worked.
Okay.
Knock on, Abby, knock on something. Knock on that pop. That I banged on that thing there.
No.
No, the box that's there. No, over here. Over there. Reach your arm over and bang on that. That's what I banged on to get a response. Come on, see if you can copy Abby.
Dad, were you just talking? And what you said?
So Ruth Ellen just asked a question saying, can people watching through the cameras be affected by pressure on the head? And certainly that's something we feel on those environments. Feel it in the boiler room and definitely feel it in the kiln. But whether she's suggesting actually at home we might feel that, I would hope not. But who knows? Maybe you can. If everybody else is feeling under pressure, let me know.
Come on, Spirit, just one last time.
We just heard a bang.
That was me.
Abby's just banged on a...
Oh, sorry. Right.
Oh. Come on, Spirits, one more noise.
Push the door all the way open. But you can't.
Gonna be the guys. Come on, spirits. Push them over. Make a noise. Whistle.
So I think, guys, it's about time that we should close this down for the evening. Hopefully, I think all people can hear me. I'm going to put everybody's microphone on, so it might get a little bit noisy, but it gives everyone an opportunity to speak to us. So thank you so much, guys, for being in this lockdown experience, locked into your own little areas. I hope it's been interesting. What was certainly coming across was all the noises and bangs that you were getting. You're all hearing each other, and you were hearing those noises. And even to the point where something was happening in the kiln and diagonally opposite, right across the other side of the whole structure, which is enormous, other people were sensing stuff and things were kicking off at the same time. So just, for example, as the boiler room was really active, the camera upstairs switched itself off. But we proved that then Lauren was hearing footsteps upstairs, and I could go to that camera, and at that time we could see that there was no one up there at all. So thank you very much, everyone, for taking part tonight. Thank you for watching at home. This has been a live lockdown from Bursledon Brickworks, and if you'd like to join us in the future, we hope to be doing small-scale investigations here from August. So I'll be putting details onto the website, and you can join us and be locked down in the boiler room or the kiln on your own. So take care, everyone. Stay safe. And we'll be back next week for another investigation, and we do hope to be coming again from Mitcham Priory. So I'll be confirming that during the week. So if you'd like to join us, tune in 9 o'clock next Saturday, and we'll see you again. Good night, everyone. Sleep well and stay safe.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, everybody.